Greetings and shalom. This is Adrian Scott, and welcome to Truth and Testimony, the broadcast. Here is the long-awaited first video in my new studio. Still not 100% done, but I would say 90% done. A few little tweaks and some decorating, but more or less, I am basically there and off and running into the races. So a video that I had mentioned wanting to do a while back, I want to take a moment and do that right now. So again, I just say welcome back. If you've been waiting to, see the results of this, I will mention very quickly that I'm going to do a little bit of a montage video of the kind of the before and after construction. This is just for myself as well as anyone else that might be interested in it, but that will be coming shortly. Video production should start on a more regular basis now that the biggest part of the work is done and I'm here and able to do this. Having said all that, and without any further ado, let's do a reading of Matthew chapter 5. And this one is a real centerpiece chapter for me in a super important book in the Bible. So Matthew or Mattatyahu chapter 5. And a big chunk of this one is what they call the Sermon on the Mount, or the beatitudes. And it starts with at verse 1. But when he saw the crowds, he went up on a mountain. And when he was seated, his Talmudim came to him. And having opened his mouth, he was teaching them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, because theirs is the reign of the Shamayim, or heavens. Blessed are those who mourn, because they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, because they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, because they shall be filled. Blessed are the compassionate, because they shall obtain compassion. Blessed are the clean in heart, because they shall see Elohim. Blessed are the peacemakers, because they shall be called sons of Elohim, or God. Blessed are those persecuted for righteousness' sake, because theirs is the reign of the Shamayim. And here's when we get into the meaty stuff. Blessed are you when they reproach and persecute you, and falsely say every wicked word against you for my sake. Rejoice and be glad, because your reward in the Shamayim is great. For in this way they persecuted the Nevi'im, or the prophets, who were before you. So this kind of gets back to a point that I have frequently made, which is that, and I'll just flat out say it, if you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong. He didn't say he came to bring peace, the Messiah. He said he came to bring a sword. Right? That would be father against mother, sister against brother, that people would be pitted against each other for that call of righteousness' sake, choosing to follow him. Because as soon as you choose to follow the Messiah, as soon as you believe in Yehovah, God the Creator, you are at enmity with this world, or at least you should be. So that's what he's talking about here. So when you actually believe it, speak it, and are living it out, you're going to be singled out, you're going to be persecuted, and you're going to be vilified. As another part of Scripture says, they shall call good evil and evil for good. Everything's just going to be upside down. And aren't we seeing that in today's world? Anyways, so continuing at verse 13, you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt becomes tasteless, how shall it be seasoned? For it is no longer of any use, but to be thrown out and to be trodden down by men. You are the light of the world. It is impossible for a city to be hidden on a mountain. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it shines to all those in the house. Let your light so shine before men, so that they see your good works and praise your Father who is in the Shamayim. And once again, can I say, I keep the law, or I keep the Torah, not to get saved, but because I am saved. And in so observing those things, those works, right? And those works are what? Things like caring for the widows and orphans and the fatherless, feeding the hungry, right? When you're growing if you're growing a field, letting the strangers and sojourners come in, and the widows and orphans, and glean the corners of the fields so that they have something to eat as well. Those kind of works. Everyone wants to sit here and conflate it with, I don't know, the sacrificial system for the Levitical priests. Well, I'm not a Levitical priest. Are you? So those things don't apply to you, right? I acknowledge that they're there and they have meaning. They have profound meaning, but I am not a Levitical priest. So it's careful to define what they mean by works. James refers to works. Paul refers to works. And Yeshua himself, Jesus, right here, just referred to works. So figure out what works they're talking about, and that's what you should be doing. That's how you demonstrate that you're a light. That's how you demonstrate that you are the salt of the earth. That's how you demonstrate all of those things. You don't just say it, you demonstrate it. And then he gets into this is the loaded part. Do not think that I came to destroy the Torah or the law or the Nebi'im, the prophets. Now again, the Old Testament, the shortened term of that is Tanakh, but it's using the letters T, N, and K, which is Torah, Nebi'im, which is the prophets, and Ketuvim, which is the writings. And that comprises the Old Testament. So it was a common nomenclature to refer to the Old Testament as the law and the prophets. That's what they were talking about, was the Old Testament. So when he says that, do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets, the Old Testament. I did not come to destroy, but to complete or to fulfill. Now, I am not a Greek specialist, but the word behind that is plerou. And if we do a lookup on that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the definition of it would be to bring to full meaning or to completely explain, right? To fill in the gaps, to help us to understand the things that we weren't understanding. So he didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets, the Old Testament, but to completely or fully explain them. For truly I say to you, and just to clarify the point, for truly I say to you, till the heavens and the earth pass away. Can I ask a simple question? Has the heavens and the earth passed away yet? Well, I'm sitting here recording a video on the earth, and to the best of my knowledge, it hasn't passed away yet. So I would say not all is done, right? Till the heavens and the earth pass away, one yod or one jot or one tittle shall by no means pass from the Torah, pass from the law, till all be done. And again, question number 2, is all done? Has the third temple been built? Has the abomination that causes desolation been erected, according to the prophet Daniel and in the book of Revelation? Those things have not happened yet. So not all is done. Therefore, not one jot or tittle of the law and the prophets, the Old Testament, has been done away with. Now, keep in mind that that's not to say that we're sitting here and we're supposed to be offering these animal sacrifices and so on and so forth, that the way that the Old Testament is applied might be different. But the Old Testament itself is still good. I simply make a case that I think God's word is perfect and would not need to be changed at any point or done away with. So I know I step onto a landmine with that one, but hopefully you can bear with me, not be too terribly offended. For truly I say to you, till the heavens and the earth pass away, one jot or one tittle shall by no means pass from the law till all be done. Whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands and teaches men so shall be called least in the reign of the heavens. But whoever does works and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall by no means enter into the reign of the Shamayim, into the kingdom of heaven. You heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment. But I say to you that whoever is wroth with his brother without a cause shall be liable to judgment. And whoever says to his brother, Rakah, or evil, shall be liable to the Sanhedrin. But whoever says, you fool, shall be liable to the fire of Gehinnom. If then you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother holds whatever against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First make peace with your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Be well-minded with your opponent promptly, while you are on the way with him, lest your opponent deliver you to the judge, and the judge to the officer, and you be thrown into prison. Truly, I say to you, you shall by no means get out of there till you have paid the last quarter. You heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone looking at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. And can I just take that one real quick to have that note of, has he done away with anything, or is he explaining it more fully? I'd say the law against adultery is still in effect. He's just telling you that if you even lust after someone, you've committed adultery. You don't have to do a physical act, right? He's bringing it to full meaning. And if your right eye causes you to stumble, this is verse 29, and if your right eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and throw it away from you, for it is better for you that one of your members perish than for your entire body to be thrown into Gehinnom. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away from you, for it is better for you that one of your members perish than for your entire body to be thrown into Gehinnom. Now, I think the Englishization of that is Gehenna. And it has been said, whoever puts away his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you, whoever puts away his wife, he's not saying stop putting your wife away or go ahead and put her away for whatever. No, he's saying that law is still in effect. He's just expounding on it, saying, whoever puts away his wife, except for the matter of whoring, makes her commit adultery. And whoever marries a woman who has been put away commits adultery. Again, you heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to Yehovah, to God. But I say to you, do not swear falsely at all, neither by the Shamayim, by the heavens, because it is Elohim's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great sovereign. Nor swear by your head, because you are not able to make one hair white or black. But let your word yes be yes, and your no be no. And what goes beyond these is from the wicked one. You heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist the wicked. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. And he who wants to sue you and take away your inner garment, let him have your outer garment as well. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile or 1 million, go with him 2. Give to him who asks of you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away. You heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies. Barak, or bless those cursing you. Do good to those hating you, and pray for those insulting you and persecuting you, so that you become sons of your Father in the heavens, because he makes his sun rise on the wicked and on the good, and sends rain on the righteous and on the unrighteous. For if you love those loving you, what reward have you? Are the tax collectors not doing the same too? And if you greet your brothers only, What do you do more? Are the tax collectors not doing so too? Therefore, be perfect as your Father in the heavens is perfect. Now, I don't want to open too big a can of worms there, but is he saying it's too hard for you to be perfect, so I had to come and be perfect for you? Or is he telling you to be perfect because your Father in the heavens is perfect? At that point, if you got an issue with that, then you need to take it up with the Messiah, because those are his words. Anyways, that is Matthew chapter 5. And I think subsequent to that, I'm actually going to keep reading some more. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do a couple of videos. But I would like to read up through Matthew chapter 7. So I'll do another one on 6 and then another one on 7, because really that is a section of Matthew that very much goes together. And I think it is well worth the read to take a look at it. But there's some real hardcore stuff in chapter 7. And I try not to shy away from stuff. I don't always have an answer, but I like to engage the word as much as I can. And I'm happy to have a conversation whenever I get the chance to do so. Anyways, there is my first video. I truly do hope that you found it a blessing to you. And Matthew chapter 5, the beginning of the Gospels, and some fantastic stuff there. And my first video in my new studio. So that's pretty exciting too. So thank you so much for joining me and Brother Ray. I would ask if you can, give the video a like, share, subscribe if you have not done so already. And if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell, because that way you'll know whenever we do get these videos posted. And we're going to have a lot more stuff in better frequency happening as we keep rolling through 2024. So you don't want to miss any of this stuff. I still have a Hebrew Roots 101 and a Creation and Evolution series that I want to continue. I have not forgotten about those, just in light of everything else that's happened. They did kind of get put on the back burner, but I have not forgotten about them, and that content is on the way. In the meantime, I'm also going to be doing some more of Matthew there. I have a couple of other readings I'd like to do, but I'll leave it at there. And yeah, thanks for bearing with me. I do hope that you have a great week, and I wish blessings to you all in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus our Messiah. Bye for now.